Thank you guys for 102. We are on the road to 103 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please consider coming back to the channel. Yeah, that's right. You thought I was going to say, please consider hitting that like button and the subscribe button. No. But if you want to do those things, I'm not going to stop you. It is Friday, everyone. I hope you all have had an amazing week and prepared to have an even more amazing weekend. Today, we will be looking at 5 beautiful properties and we will be grading them. And those who are not familiar with our grading system, well, it's new. So you haven't missed out on too much, but it's real simple. We have 6 things that we grade on. The 6 things that we grade on: location, lot use, design layout, exterior finishes, interior finishes, and amenities.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Altman and Jason Sachs from the Altman Brothers in San Diego.
Okay, hold on. Matt, what the hell happened right here, man? Did somebody bite you on the cheek? Did you get bit by a snake before you started filming? And what's going on with bro's, like his whole demeanor? It looks like he ate a bad burrito and he has like extreme gas and is extremely constipated. Like, I'm gonna need you to smile, my boy. He smiled before the filming started, so it's weird.
Oh my God, we have a special property for you today.
We're here in Rancho Santa Fe, West Side Covenant. Everything the ranch has to offer, plus all the beaches, all the schools, everything's close at your fingertips.
There you go. He looks more comfortable right there.
Lot, which is unbelievable, almost
4.5 acres. Okay.
But more important than this lot and location,
it's an interesting design
that we have behind us.
This is my favorite architect, so I'm very excited to show you this. This is Wally Cunningham. Wally has been known to do some of the most incredible and iconic.
The architect is responsible, if you haven't seen, the Razor House, the Crescent House. I've covered both videos, both homes. So, you know, if you guys are interested, you can check it out, of course.
Houses in California and all over the country. In fact, this is the 3rd house we're going to sell of his. The first one we sold in La Jolla to a very famous couple you can look up called the Razor House. The second house was the Crescent House in Encinitas on Neptune. And now we are here at the famous Wing House.
The audio is terrible. 6 bedroom, 5 bath. It's about 6,000 square feet. Obviously, the 4 acres, so a little over a hectare. Well, not a little over, but a hectare and a half.
Now, before we walk up these incredible stairs to this masterpiece, I just want to tell you, Jason, I look around and I'm in shock and awe at how beautiful the land is. How often is it that you find a house that has 4 acres?
Not often at all. I mean, 4 acres, but also you have all this privacy, which is almost impossible to find.
And by the way, this is Wally Cunningham's
4
first
acres,
project.
you should have privacy.
So that's also cool.
So we've got on this property all these native plants that the sellers have brought in to make it really drought tolerant, use less water.
Welcome to the Wing House. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you walk into a Wally Cunningham house is the glass. I feel like that's one of the statement pieces. And when I say the glass, I don't mean a normal window. I mean floor to ceiling concave windows.
Everything curves here, the same flow as the house itself. And what's amazing was I was talking to a bunch of builders that do a ton of work in here. And when we put this on the market, their phones were blowing up. Everybody wants a house like this, but you know what? You can never build something like this ever again.
Check out this incredible pool. That does look like a crescent moon. The roof is this beautiful copper that has a patina on it. It really is very unique.
I mean, if you have the land.
Check out this kitchen. So everything is circular. Look at the way everything bows in here.
So, all right, the kitchen's going to be a little outdated. There's also kind of the similarities of with, you know, Frank Lloyd Wright, how he would design his kitchens where basically you could still have a conversation while being hidden, you know, in cooking, and it's not really like an open floor plan. So it's kind of like a borrowed design there, you know, how it doesn't touch the ceiling. And then you have the outdoor, well, it's not really an outdoor kitchen, so you can already tell that this place isn't really heavy on amenities.
That isn't custom. This is one of a kind. So when you're purchasing this house, you're buying a Picasso. So why don't we first start off in the primary? Look at your view from your bedroom window.
It almost looks like
the TV is kind of embarrassing.
It's an oasis. You have hiking trails
put that,
all
like, in
along
the
4.5 acres.
in the closet.
You'll notice way up there in the mountains, you have solar. So that solar takes care of that pool to make it warm all year long. Check this out.
It's pretty cool.
If you stand a little bit on the tip looking out the shower, those, as you can see how those light up, they go wrap around the entire house. So you have these little pockets of light. Every little cubby hole lights up, makes a very cool artistic look to it. They thought of absolutely everything here. Over here you have a barbecue kitchen. I think that's why they probably put the hot tub up here versus putting it in, because when you stand here,
I thought that was like a trampoline.
Wow view of this house.
Yeah, this is the money shot right here.
This is the money shot. Take a look at that. Now we're gonna take a walk down the path over the couple 3-car garage over here to the guest house.
And keep in mind, you can get a 4th car in the tandem space down below.
And by the way, when we talk about 4 cars in the garage, you can also invite your closest 50 friends to park on your estate at the same time. Welcome in. Over here, you've got a beautiful bedroom.
So we got the guest house.
You notice, Matt?
Do tell.
This is your air vents for the air conditioning. This way you don't see those ugly air conditioning vents everywhere. All your air conditioning goes through these vents.
Special feature, hidden vents.
Why does everyone not do that?
There you go.
This is a great room, but it also has a garage door opening. So you could bring an incredible classic car here and make this the coolest office ever, or you could make it a conference room or a playroom or an anything room. So over here you have a gym. Look at these views. Everything opens in here.
Everything opens. 90-degree windows again. You've got your
this is another thing you don't see too often. I couldn't imagine putting this together because one teeny mistake is astronomically expensive.
Right under 5,900 square feet, 6 bedrooms total, 3 in the guest house, 3 in the main house, which is including that attached casino.
So 3 bedrooms
so
in the main house.
Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate your time, and I am
and
already
3
jealous
in the secondary
of whoever
house.
is going to buy this
10 million?
home because it's my happy place. Thanks so much, Altman Brothers, and we are out.
You know, funny thing is the property itself, the land has a lot of potential, obviously, and obviously, you know, the design. I really like the design. We didn't really see a whole lot to really go off of, but I'm going to grade the house anyway. 10.5 million was ridiculous, which is why just a day after they posted this video, they lowered the price to 9 million. Personally, I think it's a $7 million house, but we're not talking about, you know, the price points and stuff like that. And, you know, I think the house is a little on the small side, and I feel like it's such a great property, you wouldn't tear it down. So it's kind of really difficult to like put a real value on this place. It has to be someone who loves the design. But again, I shouldn't even be talking about like pricing and who buys this house or not. So as far as the location is Rancho Santa Fe. It's near beaches. This is on like the lower end of Rancho Santa Fe. So it's going to be one of the homes that are closer to the city, to all of the beaches and the convenience that you will find. So location wise, I'm going to give the location a 9. As far as the lot use primary function is going to be the privacy factor. Also, they went ahead and threw on some solar. They have an additional space for, you know, your guests, another 3-bedroom property. You have the main 3-bedroom property, which encompasses, you know, an incredible design. You know, as far as the pool, the crescent-shaped pool is beautiful. And then you have a separate hot tub. As far as, you know, the lot use, it's again really secluded to peace. Definitely, I would say, considering that it has a hiking trail and stuff like that, lot use, I'm going to give a lot use an 8. Now, as far as the design layout, I'm going to go on a limb because we really didn't get to see how it flowed together, but just looking at the design of the property and its shape, it is a continuously flowing property. So basically, once you enter the door, you keep walking until you get to all of the spaces, which is, you know, going to be really similar to you know, David and Gladys's Wright's house. If you haven't seen that video, I've already done that, but you can find their home all over YouTube, including Architectural Digest. So if the property is very similar to that, then I feel really comfortable giving the design layout an 8. Now, as far as exterior finishes, you can tell this is one of his older homes that he had built. So this was built, you know, before the Crescent house and also the Razor house. But just looking at the design and how composed it is with the concrete to the glass factor, and in addition to the materials that he used, it was just ahead of its time, which is why I'm going to give the exterior finishes a 10. Like, the design is amazing. It's eye-capturing. It has tons of wow factor. I love the design. I love the design of it. Exterior finishes 10. Now, as far as the interior finishes, obviously this is like completely outdated by today's standards. You have the black counters in the kitchen, which doesn't look great. It doesn't look like granite. It looks like, you know, your most basic kitchen that you would find in the 80s. So nothing about it spectacular. However, there is a lot of nice woodwork in there. The appliances, they're not high-end appliances by any shape or form. So the interior finishes, they're just kind of outdated. And, you know, it's kind of hard to give it a higher grade. The floors are fine. I honestly believe that you can leave the floors the way that they are, but personally, I would love to have seen like a nice light, you know, white oak wood, something really, really like nice and warm to the palate and eye-capturing at the same time. Obviously, the kitchen needs to be redone. We really didn't see any bathrooms, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say that those are outdated too. So I have to give the interior finishes a 7. Now, as far as amenities, this is the one where I feel like it failed extremely. Of course, you know, you have your pool and your hot tub. That's like going to be the most bare minimum thing that you can have in terms of amenities. And obviously it has, you know, nice places for you to sit and hike. And, you know, if you want to have like gatherings with a family reunion, something like that, you have all of the space outdoors for that. But outside of that, there's simply nothing to do here. You know, with 4.5 acres and Rancho Santa Fe, I would have loved for there to have been, you know, a spa of some sort, a steam room, a hot, you know, a indoor hot tub, you know, some other form of amenities. You know, obviously with all of this land, you could have everything: a basketball court, you know, a tennis court, which would have been, you know, perfect. This is like, would have been a quintessential old money, would be having a tennis court on the property, having some sort of amphitheater, having a movie theater. Like, there's literally no amenities outside of the bare minimum pool and hot tub. So I have to give the amenities a 7.5, and the extra half is solely based on the fact that you can walk the property in peace, and, you know, it just looks beautiful. And they have those, you know, drought efficient plants around the home that just symbol peace. So I give it a 7.5. So the total score for this property is a 8.25. I do think it's worth a purchase. I think it's worth a purchase at the right price. There's a lot of things that, you know, are going to be desired. You're going to have to put a little money into the property. Personally, I love the design a lot. You're on 4.5 acres. I would tear down the additional structure that's there and just build a bigger house. I would have to have a bigger house. I have to have a bigger structure just to add some amenities. It doesn't necessarily have to be everything I said, but having a movie theater, having a reason to never leave your property, I think is required at a $10 million price point or $9 million price point. And, you know, this just has all the land, but you need some things. Like, you need things, but beautiful design. I mean, the design is amazing. I think the design alone of the main house is enough to purchase it. It just has to be at the right price.
Hey everybody, this is Adam Rosenfeld with the Bond Collective at the agency, taking you on another property tour. We're up in the Beverly Hills Post Office today. This spectacular zen-like view property. And if you want to live next door to LeBron James, this is the place. Follow me in.
I have to go back and look to see exactly what year this property was put up for sale, because LeBron no longer lives in BHPO. And for those who are not familiar with BHPO, why it's called BHPO, it's kind of out of the traditional Beverly Hills that, you know, everyone knows, which is obviously going to be like Rodeo and then up in the hills. This is technically Los Angeles, but it was given the post office zip code of Beverly Hills. So that is why it's called Beverly Hills Post Office, or BHPO.
So first thing I notice every time I enter this house is this awesome koi pond. These guys are amazing. Take a look. They look hungry, Jay, so be careful as you're panning down. And the other thing I always point out is this very cool, very reflective float.
Personally, I would like the koi pond to be outside because at some point that's going to offer up a smell. If you're not familiar with koi ponds in general, the smell is undeniable. Like it's and to have that inside of your house when you walk in or when you go up the stairs, not going to be great. And you know, if obviously you have little kids, this is probably not a great thing, but it does require care and upkeep. And when you obviously have a lot of money, you probably hire someone to do that stuff for you because, you know, you're not going to deal with it. But yeah, it's gonna smell.
Floating glass staircase. Typically, I'd show you the downstairs first and take you out to the view, but today we're gonna go up this way. And on the upper level, we have French oak floors, really cool art and artifacts from all across Asia, and an amazing board from concrete back wall here. There's 5 true bedrooms upstairs, which is massive for a house of this size, about 10,000 square feet. And let me just take you directly into the primary suite.
Okay.
Look at the size of this hallway. This is a true hallway, Jay.
Is this all the primary, or
when you walk through the door of the primary suite is this spectacular view. Look at this, Jay. Looking dead towards Century City, out towards the Wilshire Corridor, and on a clear day, you're getting picture-perfect views of the Pacific Ocean. This is the exact corridor most people are looking for when they're coming to Los Angeles and Beverly Hills for view property. Let's go into one of the dual bathrooms / closets in the primary suite. This one leaves nothing to be desired. So again, this is just one side of the primary suite, although this is dual-sided in terms of vanity, big open shower, tub inside. This trips me out every time I take these stairs. I can't like somehow psychologically figure out that this is safe and that I'm not gonna just fall through it. But I'm taking my chances, risking my life just to give you guys.
It's kind of a funny thing because this guy, you know, this guy right here, and I say this as a straight man, this is a really handsome dude. So he has like natural charm, but the wrong person saying what he just said, and just like you're, you know, pointing out a negative in the home, which is this glass doesn't necessarily give you that safety factor. And the bottom line is it's probably just as safe as you could use in any material of stair. I'm sure that the glass is super thick. We're talking almost bullet resistant. So I don't doubt that, but I just think it's funny, but because he has so much, you know, charisma, why he points out a negative in a home that he probably sold with ease, because I mean he's so damn handsome.
This tour today. Another thing I really love when we walk into the main level of the house and this entry point is the ceiling heights. Something I grapple with a lot is low ceilings. We see a lot of that in Los Angeles. Typically,
yeah, I don't like low ceilings either.
8 to 9 feet in height. This room is 22 feet from floor to ceiling.
Nice.
Remarkable. Gives it a real sense of scale and volume, and then everything opens up nicely into the outdoor space. This place flows beautifully indoor, outdoor. And then one of the things that's really smart about this house in terms of the way they set it up is it's built in quadrants. So while all these rooms are open, they can all be shut off to live privately. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Please.
As we move towards the living room into the kitchen, there's essentially quadrants of sliders. So if I want to have a nice private time in the kitchen with my wife or my family and I have people I'm entertaining, I just shut this off. There's 4 of these throughout the house. So this is done throughout the kitchen.
So this is to create the essence of having, you know, the chefs or the caterers, you know, come in, they're able to cook the food and it not be seen, because there may not be a chef's kitchen, but there still might be a chef's kitchen in here. I have no idea, but this would create that if there is no chef's kitchen. So it is pretty interesting.
Kitchen, into the dining room, into the formal living, back into the family room. Now I've been fully shut off. Now I have my space to cook in privacy, to entertain while I'm inside. And check this place out. This kitchen is beautiful. It's massive.
It's a very nice kitchen.
State of the art. You got TVs above the microwaves. You've got a leather finished cooktop and these massive linear sinks. And of course, top of the line appliances throughout. And I love the chandeliers they used in here. So I've just shut these sliders with lead out to the family room. Now we can dine in privacy and in peace. As I mentioned, the house is kind of segmented into quadrants, which all shut down for privacy purposes. And then one of the things I really love about this house in particular is they've soundproofed the ceiling. It's a really unique feature, but you will never hear any footsteps upstairs when you're downstairs.
That's nice.
All right, let's go check out the family room.
You got the bar right there, like.
Just off the bar, we have this lounge/sitting area, which is adjacent to the linear fireplace, which is actually 3-sided, really cool featured, kind of cantilevered over, and services this room and the family room. But this house is really all about the outdoor space and the views. Check this out.
You got the sunken area by the pool. Nice. You got a Buddha.
In addition to this A+ view, there's an abundance of flat lands. And on this particular property, they've decided to put in a chipping green. I'm not a great golfer, but I'm gonna give it a shot today. I've been working on the short game. Let's see if I can get one close.
So it must not be a lot.
Luckily for me, there's 4 holes here, so only gotta get close to one of them.
Oh,
I would really love to hole one out. Nope, off the Buddha. For the assist, oh! That's how you gotta play it. These are real fast greens. Buddha and one.
So yeah, a nice little putting, chipping green like he said. Well, it's not a true putting green because it's typically that's a little longer and everything is flatter or faster. So it's cool that there's a little area you can chip from. It's a nice way to practice. Thanks again for
coming with me on this little tour of 1320 Beverly Grove Place. It's been a pleasure. If you guys have any additional questions or comments, please feel free to click the link below and reach out. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm Adam Rosenfeld signing off for Bond Collective. See you soon.
See you, Adam. So for the beautiful property that we just seen where you can quote unquote become, LeBron James's neighbor, well, you'll be within some proximity where you probably could run into him, every now and then. For this property, obviously, when it comes to location, this is still Beverly Hills. Even though it's BHPO, it's still Beverly Hills, which of course, well, I'm sure you would know, but the values of BHPO are a little on the lower side of what is considered, traditional Beverly Hills. But it's still Beverly Hills. This place has amazing views. The proximity to the restaurants, I mean, you're like 5-10 minutes from getting into the city. So location, I give it a 10. In terms of the lot use, obviously there's only going to be so much lot, but a lot of it still offered, flat space, which is remarkable. There's no deck. There's actually a backyard here where there was enough area for a chipping green. They could have put something else there, but that was their choice to keep it green and place a Buddha and have an area where you could, basically zen out. So I don't think there's really much else they could have done with a lot in this part. And being that they took full advantage of the views where you're getting those views from the primary bedroom, which is the key for me. When you're buying a home, primary bedroom, this is yours. You want the best of the best. So lot use, I give them a 10. Now, as far as design layout, I like the fact that as soon as you open the door, there is some feng shui, because immediately you don't see directly outside to the backyard, which is a huge feng shui function. Say that 10 times fast. And you also walk right into the home, and immediately you're met with the staircase, which means that it's a very, very traditional in the sense you can walk in the door, you can go to your bedroom, you can take a nap, you can take a shower. Like, having that staircase right there in your face, I love it. Then you're up there with all the bedrooms, you know, all 5 bedrooms are upstairs, you know, I mean, yeah, having 5 bedrooms upstairs, remarkable, where it's all centrally located like a real traditional house. I love that too. As far as where things kind of get weird are these like shut off quadrants, right there, where you can shut off a room, and it starts to feel a little bit like a labyrinth. Like you can walk and have to like open and close. And I get the idea that if you're hosting an event or something like that, you don't want the people who are working, the chefs, to be bothered while they're actually trying to provide a service. You know, you have people walking in and out the kitchen and stuff like that. So that much I understand why, okay? That much I understand why. So that's where it kind of gets a little funky for me. But all in all, it's still pretty good. I mean, the staircase, you have a bar by the staircase, probably not the best combination for me, but it's still, you know, convenient. Again, you walk through the door, you can just make yourself a drink, especially after a long day. So design layout, I'll give the design layout an 8.5. Now, as far as exterior finishes, this is as easy as it gets. It is a modern box floor to ceiling glass. Modern box. You know, there really isn't any like design accents per se. So for me, since it's just the stucco and, you know, it's a beautiful modern box, I just give it an 8.5. I don't think that there's really much to it than that. Maybe some accents, maybe some wood accents, something would have given me the push to grade it just a little bit higher. Now, as far as interior finishes, I feel like this is where they nailed it. They have high-end appliances, you know, the floors, the you know, floor to ceiling glass, the kitchen, the counters, the grand feel of that kitchen. That was a very large kitchen. I love that kitchen. So that kitchen, the bathrooms, all of the interior finishes combined, the bar, I have no choice but to concede and give it a 10. They went with quality finishes and they didn't BS around, and they put stuff where it should have been. 10. And lastly, as for amenities, of course, there really wasn't much to see in terms of amenities. I would hope that there was a movie theater in there, which we did not see. Okay, but you had your pool, you had your hot tub with the sunken seating area into there. You have this koi pond under the staircase. Not really my typical thing, but it is a feature. It is an amenity. Personally, I know if you don't take care of that, it will offer up a smell where you know that koi is in there. I mean, koi fish, as nice as they can look, they, you know, are referred to as pond scum. It is what it is. It is what it is. But it does offer a zen factor, so I will give a little credit for that as an amenity. But yeah, you have your chipping green, you know, something to do on the outside of the property other than getting the pool. I wanted to give it a higher grade, but because we didn't see like a movie theater, I only can give the amenities an 8, which brings the total score for this property to a 9.1. This is definitely a home that was worth the purchase, night and day, no problem. Like, anybody could live here easily, even with the glass staircase that makes you feel like you might fall through it. I've seen this house, I think maybe a couple of different times. I think this house has been listed by a few different people. An interesting design choice with the pool here to be in unison with the The home's design, as you can see, the angles here. So the pool is kind of taking the same exact shape. There's going to be a basement here. So this is going to be a huge, huge home. Like, this mansion is crazy. Then you have the cantilevered bedroom here. Interesting, beautiful, you know, floor to ceiling glass. This is definitely eye catching. This captures the eye like immediately. Okay, you have some curvature here going into, look at that. Let me look at that again. You have this curvature going in here to the, looks like it might be the entrance. I'm hoping that this is not the entrance, because if this is the case, then, you know, there's not a lot of feng shui, but feng shui is really a function of who you are. If you know, espouse to that culture, then you don't want to see the outside as soon as you walk into the door. But yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm either way. I can appreciate everything. These views are fantastic. So, you know, having the staircase here, there's huge function. So it seems like each end of the house, you're going to get different views, and that's kind of why they kept stuck with the floor to ceiling glass at each point of the house. Yeah, you get mountain views, you're getting city views, you're getting ocean views, you're getting views of other views on top of those views multiplied by other views. Yeah, wow, these finishes are top notch. Top notch finishes. Look at that marble. Top notch. So this is the, that looks like the butler's kitchen. That was top notch in there too. Usually the butler's kitchen is the one that doesn't receive any of the high-end finishes. Those had very quality finishes inside of there. So this would be the spa area. Love it. Love it. Sign me up. Gorgeous. Sick views. That bathroom. Sick. Sick. So there's 3 points of the house. Okay. It's interesting. It's very interesting. It takes a pretty picture. These views are like insane. Some of the best views that you'll ever find. There we go. Wine cellar, gym, massage table, home theater. Sign me up. Now this property, it's in Bel Air in terms of location. This is in what is called the Platinum Triangle. And within the Platinum Triangle, you have unlimited prestige. You have these amazing views, obviously, going all around, where they wanted to make that the focal point of the design of this build. So it's easy to give this location, without batting an eyelash, a 10. As far as lot use, for me, there's a little bit that is left to be desired. This is in a hill, so, you know, they did with the best that they could with this lot. It's not like a whole lot of it was flat. The major focus of the lot was going to be able to take advantage of the view. So given that this is, you know, pretty much the main use of the lot, and they put a nice large home there, had enough room for a pool. There's still like some kind of outdoorsy, you know, areas, but not really like big on, you know, indoor outdoor activities. I have to give the lot use a 9. Just missing like maybe an outdoor activity, and you know, that's about it. As for the design layout, I'm not really too big on this like 3-pointed factor where, you know, it's going from this end, and then you have like, I don't really know how to explain it. It's almost like a Y, right? It's almost like a Y, this like 3 like almost trident-ish, you know, design. And you're going to be walking from one end to another end. And I get that the whole point was like to take advantage of the views, but it just doesn't necessarily float together, you know, great. I mean, you walk in the door, right? You walk in the door, you see the staircase, which is fantastic, but you see the outside, there's a curvature factor as soon as you walk in. And personally, I'm not like a huge fan of that. I don't hate it. I like that they wanted to go curve instead of like just pure angle and make it sharp, like a sharp angle. I just don't really feel like that was the best layout that you can get from that design. And of course, for me, the design took precedence over the layout. So that was the key factor. That was the most important thing, was the design, and to, you know, make this design and then, you know, try to make the layout as best as they could. And I feel like they did accomplish that. As for your exterior finishes, this place is super eye-catching. I mean, it even has like this, you know, the bottom level feels like the lair from Batman, and you know, they even put glass there so you can get views. And I feel like they went really hard on this design, and it's very eye-catching. Granted, it is really just, you know, steel beams and floor to ceiling glass, and it's not like, you know, some over-the-top thing, but they went with their own design. And it's hard for me not to give the exterior finishes a 9. Again, not a huge fan of the curvature, but I do like the curve more than I like the idea of a very sharp angle. So I give it easily a 9. Now, when it comes to interior finishes, I definitely feel like they went with high-end everything, as they should, especially at a $40 million ask. You want to go with high-end steel beams, the floors, the wood, the counters. I mean, everything that they did, they went for quality, which is nothing less than what you should expect from, you know, this kind of build, especially in Bel Air. So I don't have to go too hard, you know, and go too much other than saying it's a 10. Okay, it's a 10. If you don't think it's a 10, you're free to you know, to tell me it's not. But for me, it's a 10. And then as far as amenities, you know, like I mentioned earlier, with the lot use, I would have loved to seen like an outdoor activity. This probably the only thing that was missing for me on like my list of amenities. It's, you know, you don't want to necessarily just rely on leaving the house for certain things like tennis or basketball. And for me, there wasn't enough space to do either one of those. You could have did a combination sports court, and I'd probably give this place a 10 because it had the gym, it had the spa, you know, the sauna, the steam room, the movie theater. It had all these amenities, okay? And of course, the standard pool and hot tub. It had all of the amenities that you could imagine other than an outdoor or sporting activity. So for that reason, I give the amenities a 9, which gives us another property with a score of 9.1. They nailed it with this house. They nailed it. So I said there was a quote that I was watching from a video. It wasn't this particular video, but it was from a video where this house was the focal point of a tour. And the quote was, "You only live once, and if you do it right, once is enough." So that is where the quote comes from. It comes from something I saw on the grounds of this property, which this house, I mean, I've seen it already, and I can tell you that this house is as good as it gets. Like, this is almost perfect, like almost perfect. Obviously, there's like maybe, of course, one or two things that you would like to have from this place, and I'll talk about them, you know, after the fact. But other than that, I mean, this place is, it's beautiful. Okay, I cannot stress enough how great this place is. Like, just look at the quality of these finishes. Like, it's just huge quality. I feel like since I've seen this before, I should probably just grade it now. but we'll wait. I mean, you guys should already know where I'm going to go with the interior finishes, the grade for interior finishes. In the grade for location, amenities, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I totally forgot. I honestly forgot about the fact that I watched a tour of this house. But, you know, I share it with you guys anyway. We won't even have the tour, like, you know, where someone's speaking. I probably should just shut up and let you guys enjoy the video. I think I might just do that. It's so private. You got a cabana right there. I know I said I would shut up, but I mean, I can't help it. I like this house. A real outdoor kitchen. You see it. You got a pizza oven. You got your traditional grill. There's an ice maker behind there. There's all these things that you could imagine that you would need for, you know, having the most awesome outdoor party, pool party, you name it. And then up here is where they have like a basketball court and the pickleball court. It's not quite large enough to be a tennis court, but still cool, right? The Michael Jordan court. You see, they even got the little pickleball paddles on in the ground. That's nice. I don't remember that. The glass on the other side of the sitting area by the pool. It's cool. It's movie theater, baby. Of course there's a movie theater. It's more of a screening room. I like this chandelier, like, it's different. There's like a little office area right there. I could 100% work in there. 100%. You see, you got the living wall. You guys can't see it, haven't seen that, but it's the green stuff. There's a sign that says "Don't touch." Don't touch it. This is the primary right here. This is, I like this a lot. Huge primary. Now there's one particular thing in this house that it irks the hell out of me, and you guys are getting ready to see it. It irks the hell out of me. But look at the cappuccino maker here in the corner. I don't remember that. You know, I like a good good cappuccino machine. But you guys are getting ready to see the thing that irks the hell out of me. I like this freestanding tub, but you know, for me, I would have chose something a little bigger. Yeah, something a little bigger for a family. But yeah, what you guys can see here, well, I don't think this is like the best angle, but I'll pause right here for a second. As you can see, this is like a book match, you know, design here. As you can see, everything kind of matches together. But this shower head is not in the middle. It's not in the middle. And it looks worse from a different angle. Like straight on, it looks worse. Like it's so off center. Like from here, it probably doesn't hit as hard as it does when you look at it straight on. But this is my only real thing that I have to say about the house that is far from perfect. But it's really nice material inside of the shower. Super nice material in the shower. Yeah, they didn't even show the head on. Super nice material inside the shower. Nice closet here, of course. Very large. Very in charge. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I know you guys can't hear the music and I don't have the headphones in, but I could hear the music. So there's a his closet too. Okay. So, you know, you gotta, we're guys, we gotta suck it up. We gotta take the smaller closet, 100%. Like my wife has a closet upstairs. I keep my clothes here in the office and my closet's smaller. So there's a deck here. We didn't see the deck, or well, I didn't see the deck when they did the tour. It's a nice, very nice sized bedroom. You got your views of the mountain. Love it. I know you guys can't hear the music, but I have music playing for you right now, so you know, you can't hear the music that I can hear, but yeah, I know I probably should just not dance at all. I know, it's bad. So this is that rooftop area that I was mentioning that last time we really didn't get a chance to see. It's a lot of space up there. So here at the Jordan house in Brentwood, very, very prestigious area. I mean, LeBron lives in Brentwood. Now, this particular lot in Brentwood, I feel like the value and purpose of it kind of was defeated, and I'll explain it a little later. But location, you're not getting any views. You know, this is maybe about a 15-minute drive, you know, from the city, which isn't necessarily, you know, that bad. It's actually pretty good, to be honest with you. But yeah, you don't have any views. And one of the key things that you want in Brentwood is privacy, kind of similar to, you know, Kendrick Lamar, like the properties that he recently purchased. They have complete privacy. They have undeniable privacy. This property does not. And because of that situation, the location I have to give an 8.5. Prestigious location. It's just wrong spot. I mean, that's all it really comes down to, as far as it from being a perfect 10 on the location scale. As far as lot use, I feel like lot use, they did pretty much the best that you could possibly do with a lot like this. There's maybe like a few different things that I would have liked to seen different, but the only reason I can't give the lot use a 10, because you have the outdoor activities, you got a good spot for the pool, you got the cabana, you got the outdoor kitchen. The only reason I can't give it a 10 is because the privacy is lost. There is another property, if you guys didn't see, there's another property that's currently being built to basically oversee this property. So I couldn't give it a 10. It just, I couldn't give it a 10, but a 9, totally fine. As far as the design layout, there's really not like a whole lot that you could see from this particular video, but when I watched the walkthrough with Josh Altman, I just noticed, you know, like a couple of things, and even some of that you can kind of see in this video, where basically the dining room, you know, you walk away from the dining room, it's like super separate from the kitchen, which means you have a nice walk for like a conventional family. You have a nice walk to get the food to the table. And then from basically the kitchen area, you step down, you know, at the gym, and, you know, it's just the layout could have been a little more cohesive in many different areas. But without getting into everything, I'll just tell you, I give the layout an 8. Design layout, 8. As far as the exterior finishes, this is easily the one that has all of the compliments of being a brand new modern, but still having like these warm accents where it's just not a typical modern. You know, the wood panel accents, the way that the roof has been designed to be a deck, and, you know, doesn't feel like an overwhelming, boring box. And, you know, an overwhelming, beautiful, boring box. Because I keep saying, I've been giving high scores for these modern boxes because I like modern homes. Like, I like the way that they look, the floor to glass ceiling with the white, gray slate stucco. I like that, okay? So when I say it's boring, I mean, it's like, it's what you expect. For me, like looking at some of these Rolls Royces, you know, stuff like that, it's a very boring design, but it's so beautiful at the same time. That's where I am when I say something's boring. But just the exterior finishes, I give a 10. I give a 10. It doesn't look like a typical modern, but it's clearly a modern, and it has those wood accents that I was mentioning earlier. I give it a 10. Now, in terms of interior finishes, this guy that does these developments, he does not cut corners. Everything he uses is high quality, extreme high quality. Design choices are amazing when it comes to the palette. Like, you can feel how warm this place is. And this is a brand new home. The LED lights in the ceiling, the fireplaces, like everything about this house does not cut corners. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I have no choice but to give the design, the interior finishes, a 10. Even though the primary bathroom has a shower head that is off center with the design in in the marble that's in the shower. Even though it's off center and it bothers me, you know, even though it's off center, it's still amazing. It's still beautiful. I like it. So interior finishes are a 10. And lastly, amenities. I feel like there was just a small mark missed. There's no spa. There's no steam room, right? No place to, like, you know, get your massage on. The gym is on the smaller side. Of course, you have the outdoor activities, which is a huge boost. And, you know, there are really good amenities here. You know, you got the screening room, home theater. There's really good amenities here. But because of those things that are missing, I have to give it an 8.5, which gives us a total score for this property, a 9. It's still an amazing property. Amazing property. So if you're into it, if I'm not mistaken, this place is still available for a cool 20-something million. I could get you in there. I can get you in there. And lastly, the grand finale, the big daddy of them all, the 75 million gargantuan Bel Air estate, where you have everything that you could ever imagine. Everything is beautiful, automated, okay? This place. All right, I'll stop talking like that. I don't know why. It's like, I know the intention of the color palette is warm, but it felt so dark. This kitchen right here, wow, hold on. I gotta go back. I was just getting ready to say, man, this kitchen is so small. This because you're not ever intended to really use this kitchen. And it's not that the kitchen is small. The kitchen is actually very large, open concept. Love the fact that you have plenty of space to eat. Remember how I was saying, like, you would have to walk your food to the traditional dining area? Well, you don't have to do that here. This is a very, very functional. You have an induction stove right here. This is remarkably beautiful, and, you know, very large kitchen. This is a very nice island. Love it. Okay, love it. Like, yes, this kitchen technically kind of small. You have this the hood here is just hidden. Like, I barely noticed it. So yeah, this is not like the main use kitchen. This is really a show pony. So all the food is gonna be getting made in here. And that's a huge chef kitchen. Chef's kitchen is huge. That's like commercial grade almost. What? Here we go with that battling onyx. We got the primary suite here. OMG, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Some of the most amazing views that you'll see. A battling onyx freestanding tub. Wow. That outdoor, what is that? That looks like outdoor, indoor. I don't know if that was outdoors or indoor, that shower. Her closet, of course, is the most beautiful closet. His closet is beautiful too. You got the salon. Oh, okay. She got even more space. Damn. She got the salon. It made you feel good about the closet for a second for the guy, and then boom. This is a huge bedroom. Wow. I like that staircase. This bedroom's huge too. Wow. Oh my gosh, are all these bedrooms huge? They're all huge. They're all huge. That's a nice gym area. Wow, and that's the spa area. Massage tables. Yes, check. The study. Wow. She may get the salon, but I get the study. And then there's a gallery. There's a wine cellar. That's a movie theater. That's a theater. Look how large and massive that is. That's insane. Wow. So you have a lift. Looks like you have 2 lifts. Sick. Yeah, 2 lifts. Wow. A triple, like a triple decker lift. And then you have, of course, a deck on top of the roof. Is that solar? Wow, and then there's this infrared sauna. And there's a guest suite. Sick. 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 Wow. They got the hot tub right there, just chilling right there. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a nice hangout area. That's the parlor. That is the parlor. Excellent. I'm blown away. I am blown away. Of course you have to have an outdoor theater. This is sick. Like, it's insane. The open space, the large bedrooms, the deck, the pool, the hot tub. I mean, hello? Look, the downstairs was this like a bar, this is like insane. It's insane. Wasn't my intention to like save the best for last or anything like that, but that was the best. Okay, so without question, this is the best house that we've seen tonight. I mean, this had so much stuff going for it. The triple car lift, oh my God, there's so much going on at this place that, I mean, it's just amazing, right? It's just that damn good, okay? Just that good. So, let's start with the easiest thing to point out. Location. This is Bel Air, high in the sky, okay? In the hill, taking advantage of amazing unobstructed views. So easy to give this location a 10. No problem. We don't care about how close it is to the city. We don't care about any of that. By the way, this is still going to be a 15-minute drive away from the city. 15 to 20-minute drive away from the city. Totally fine. Bel Air, prestige, worldwide, boats and hoes, okay? 10. Now, when it comes to the lot use, clearly they took advantage of every little square inch of the lot that they could. Massive pool, outdoor screening, outdoor screen. We're talking about so much stuff. Huge deck, like on the roof, okay? They did take advantage of what they could. What I would have liked to have seen, again, personally, is an outdoor activity. I feel like that's pretty much one of the only things that are missing. There's not a grand amount of outdoor space, but it is a lot of outdoor space. To be clear, a lot of outdoor space, but you're not gonna have a gathering outside of 100 plus people, which, I mean, when you have this kind of money, those are the kind of things you hold. But of course, what we'll talk about in the design layout, there's a ton of open space on the main floor. With that said, I give it a lot use a 9. Now, as I mentioned with the design layout, it is a split level home. The second that you walk in, I mean, there's so much open space. You could have hundreds of people inside, and everyone is just gathered, and everyone's socializing. There's plenty of places that you could put, seats and stuff like that. The layout, I feel right there, they started off with a banger. Now, obviously, the home is on the larger side, so it is going to be hard to make it completely conducive, right? Where it all works together in harmony. But I felt like from what we've seen, they did the damn thing. So I'm gonna give the design layout a 9. This is like the best that you could get a large home to flow together. They did it, okay? They did just that. Having the salon and, all of that be like part of the wing, they did it. The primary wing, they did it. So I give that a 9. And of course, with the exterior finishes, it's not just a big modern, box. It's these floor-to-ceiling glass with the what looks like the some steel beams with slate, and it just looks so good. It's so eye-catching. Okay, it's so eye-catching. I don't know how much they could have done different with this particular design. I would have liked some more warmer tone, some more, less masculine accents, but I still give it a 9. I like what they did, adding the living, or might not be a living, floors, walls, adding stuff like that, the greenery to just kind of liven up the place. I like that. So it's kind of hard not to give it a 9. I would have loved to give it a 10 because it does look great, but I would have liked it to be a little less masculine, just a little bit. When it comes to interior finishes, I mean, these, I'm not gonna lie to you, these houses are not disappointing. Like, none of them really disappointed when it comes to the interior finishes, right? Other than the first house, which was clearly outdated, but everything else we've seen, the interior finishes are remarkable interior finishes. And this house is no different when it comes to how high quality they went with, the design choices they went with. Everything comes together so beautifully. I gave it a 10. I'm giving it a 10. It's a 10. The interior finishes in this place are a 10. They have very warm tones. They're still on the high-end contemporary side. This is exactly, and what I mean exactly, what you would like, nothing less than when you spend $75 million on a mansion. Period. Point. Period. Blank. Point. Period. And then when it comes to amenities, man, I wish I could give it a lower score because there is no outdoor activity, which is why we docked it, on the lot use. There's no outdoor activity. There's no basketball. There's no tennis court. There's no where to putt. There's no chipping green, putting green. None of that. There's nothing to do outdoors other than hop in the pool. But what they did not give in outdoor activities, they made up for with the interior activities. I mean, well, not activities, amenities. Okay, you had the turntable on outside. As soon as you enter the motor court, you had the triple deckered side by side. Okay, lift for your cars, which means that there's some underground spot for your cars, which we didn't really see, but there has to be, because how else are they going to fix the lift? So, basic common sense. But back to the other amenities. You have a complete spa area. I mean, complete, with a hot tub, indoor hot tub, the massage table area. So the steam room, the sauna, you had all of that there. Magnifique. Then you have this like outdoor, indoor shower, and like, I don't really know how to explain it in the primary. Like, it's just cool, okay? It's cool. And then you have her closet that comes with the salon. Her closet comes with the salon. A freaking salon. Like, hello? Like, you could lose your wife inside your house. Like, she's just in the closet. She never left the closet. You think she's in there getting ready. She's just downstairs doing salon things. Okay? You have the salon. You have, of course, the movie theater. It's so large, you could actually have 20, 30 people fit in there easily. No problem. No problem. And then, of course, you have the bar, club area downstairs. You have a full-on gym. So amenities, as far as amenities concerned, I had no choice but to give the place a 10. I mean, the study, like, everything. It's not just an office, it's a study. And it had an art gallery. You have the wine cellar. It's like, it was a 10. When it comes to amenities, this was a 10. This was a 10, even without an extra activity, even without a bowling alley or like any other. No, this is like pure sophisticated. It didn't need all that for it to be a 10, which gives us the largest, highest score of the night, a 9.5. 9.5. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We've seen a lot of beautiful properties, very unique. You know, I do want to look at other areas, so if you guys have any other suggestions, obviously I know LA or California in general very well, so it's very easy for me to gravitate towards it, especially since I understand the areas, I understand the prices without having to do like a whole lot of research, because I've already done the research. It's in here in the database. So if you guys have other suggestions, other areas that you would like me to, you know, maybe look at some homes, or I could look at terrible homes. I don't necessarily have to just look at these beautiful homes. I would definitely be open to looking and grading those properties as well, you know, just to offer up a little something, little something different, because variety is the spice of life. So yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please consider coming back to the channel, and I'll see you guys maybe on the next one. Peace.